Hello boys and girls, this is Untitled of course, and welcome to my very first Planetside 2 video, or actually it's not the first video. I've done a couple of review videos, but I finally feel like I'm trusting the developers enough that the game is gonna be supported for a long time, and the game is extremely fun, that I like to actually recommend it to all of my viewers. And I'm simply gonna make a little bit of a tutorial just so you guys can kind of understand how the game works, because there is no tutorial in-game. You have to actually check for videos on YouTube and so on and so on, and I feel like it's kind of my responsibility to teach you guys. So the first thing you want to do after you get the game is of course free, so you're just gonna make an account and download the game. When you download it and install the game, you log in, and then you're gonna see this. Of course you're not gonna see my character here, but you have 3 different character spots you can use, so I can actually make 2 more characters. I'm gonna make a brand new one so you guys see how you do it. All you do is click this plus here, create character, and then you can pick between the Vanu Sovereignty, the New Conglomerates, and the Terran Republic. Vanu Sovereignty is kind of like a cult that likes alien weaponry and alien stuff. If you want to go for that stuff, then they're your pick. If you want to be the freedom fighter / terrorist that have heavy hitting old-fashioned guns, kind of like an AK-47, like it's an old gun and it's not very nice in any way, but it works. Those are the guys you want to pick. And if you want to go for the dictatorship warrior faction, then you should go for the Terran Republic. These are the guys I went for. These guys are almost like the most evil guys. But let's just pick the New Conglomerates for now. Then you get the second screen, then you want to pick a server. This is extremely important. This is more important than which faction you choose, because all of the factions are equally good. Which server you pick depends on where you live. If you live in Asia or Australia, then you can only pick this server, Briggs AU, that's Australia. If you live in Europe, you have 6 different servers to pick between. If you live in the east of America, you have 4 different servers, and in the west, 3 different servers. Do under no circumstance pick a server that's not in your country or in your region unless you have very good internet. Because if you live in America and you pick a EU server to play on, you're gonna lag and you're not gonna have a fun time, and everyone is gonna hate you because you lag all the time. So the best way to have fun and enjoy the game is of course to pick a server that you have a good ping to. Sadly they don't show you the ping, so you have to kind of guess. So wait a second, do I live in the east? Yeah, I live in the east, then I should pick the east. But if you live in the middle of America, for example, maybe you want to try to figure out if the east is closer or the west is closer. If the east is closer, then pick an east coast server. So I live in Europe, I live in Sweden, and since Sweden is in Europe, I picked an EU server since before, so I'm gonna pick just another one. Let's take Cobalt here, for example. And you pick your character name. I pick, of course, Anders Eel. I pick male, since I'm a dude, and since I'm a white man, a cracker, I pick the white guy. And you log in. That's it, you're done. So, we finished with our character, and we're just waiting for the loading screen to finish, and then we're gonna get this screen here. We're gonna have a little girl talking in, or a woman talking in the background, telling us we're gonna get dropped into action. We don't really have to care about this, because it doesn't really help us in any way, so we can just press ESC and get dropped straight into action. Sometimes we spawn in one of these spawn rooms on different spots on the map, and sometimes we get dropped from the sky, from orbit, and getting dropped from the orbit is kind of cool. You get dropped in a so-called drop pod, and you just fly and hit the ground with a huge bash, and if you actually land on an enemy, you're gonna kill him and get points for that. It's kind of epic. Sometimes you can manage to actually land on an enemy tank or a jet or something like that, and actually get a good decent amount of points from that. So let's take a look at the map. We're right now on Indar, one of the 3 continents. That's Esamir, and this is Amarish. And Indar is the first continent that you get dropped on, but you can at any time you want to redeploy to the warp gate and then switch from the warp gate to Indar, Asimir, or Emmerich, depending on where you want to fight. Esmair is kind of a snowy one, and Emmerich is kind of a lush green environment, and Indar, where we're right now, is the place where there's the most fighting, and it's kind of like a desert. I think it's supposed to be some kind of old seabed, and as you can see, there's green thingies here we can click. If I click one of them, it's gonna count down to 10, and we're gonna get deployed on that point. This is a quick deploy. You can do it once every 15 minutes, and you're gonna get the loading screen, and you get dropped in a drop pod from the sky. Right now I'm getting dropped on an enemy territory, but this is just to show you guys exactly how you get XP and XP points. You can get, of course, XP from killing enemies, like I'm gonna be doing here. I think I killed 3-4 people, yeah, just a little bit to show you guys how to get the XP. But you also get XP from doing good things that help your team, like capturing an objective, capturing an entire area, and also if you repair an enemy vehicle, if you repair an enemy or a friend, not an enemy, a friendly vehicle, if you repair a friendly terminal, for example, where you can buy the cars over here, and if you heal someone or resurrect someone, you also get points. And what else do you get points for? You also get points for giving someone ammo, for example. So you basically get points for everything you do in the game that is good and help your team. If you team kill, I think you get minus points, minus XP. But what do you need XP for? You need XP to rank up, of course, but the rank has really nothing to do. Rank doesn't really help you in this game at all. It's just something that looks nice and shows that you've been playing the game for a long time. But the XP itself, every 250 XP gives you these certs. As you can see, I got 3 certs right now. If you click that, you don't see that much. I prefer clicking the different other different kinds of tabs. As you can see, the cert tab down there. But if I click this pistol tab here that I have open, I can see the light assault that I have right now. Or for example, you can click tanks or the tank and get the different kinds of vehicles like Galaxy, Liberator, Reaver, Vanguard, Lightning, Thunder, and Flash, and unlock different kinds of abilities. My best tip in this game is to unlock abilities and attachments to your guns and vehicles. Don't unlock any new guns the first thing you do, because unlocking new guns won't help you so very much. Some guns, for example for the tanks and for the liberators, might be a lot better than the standard gun, but when it comes to infantry, you never really need to unlock any new gun the first maybe week or two you play. It's better just unlocking different kinds of abilities, skills, and attachments for your guns. Here, for example, I'm looking at the Vanguard, the main tank for the NC, the blue guys that I am, the new conglomerates, and you can see that I can pick different things to unlock. Even though I only have 3 certs, I still can buy a couple of things. And since I'm dead, I can now redeploy at the Indar Warp Gate, and here you can go up to any panel and actually use a tank. And if you hold down tab, you can see this screen. First up, in the upper right left corner, you see where you are, Indar, New Conglomerate, Warp Gate, that's the area you're inside. And then under that you got the scoreboard. Right now we have no scoreboard here, because the scoreboard, I think, is you only see the people that's in the area you're in, and of course, since we're at the Warp Gate, most of the people here have died and really don't have a score, so there's nothing there to see. And if we go to the middle, we have the status report. In the top we got the battle rank. I'm battle rank 2, and we can see that I got about 2/3 or 3/4 left until I become battle rank 3. And we can see I got 2 cert points, and I'm really close to getting a third cert point. As I told you guys earlier, that's how you unlock different guns and abilities and perks and attachments. And the certs, as again, you gain 1 cert for every 250 XP you earn. So killing 2 people basically means you get 1 cert, so you can easily get the certs if you kill a lot of guys, and you can also easily get it if you are a good supportive player, you hand out ammo, or you repair a lot of vehicles and similar. Then we got the session stats, 6 minutes and 23 seconds, that's how long I've been playing right here, where I stopped the footage. I got a score of about 600, I got an average score per hour of 6,000, that's actually pretty good, and I got 0 facilities defended and 0 captured. I got 6 kills, 1 death, a KD of 6 of course, the certs I've earned during these sessions, and that's 2 of course, and the tank cash I've earned, the aerospace cash I've earned, and the infantry cash I've earned, or rather vehicle cash in the beginning, aerospace and infantry. The tank, the aerospace, infantry, and vehicle cache is something you can only have a maximum of 750 at any time. You don't actually really have to do anything to get these, you get them automatically, and you get more depending on how much or how little area your faction owns. For example, the NC owns quite a decent amount of area here, so we're getting a decent amount of points. Not a lot, but you can see, for example, in 56 seconds, we're gonna get 57 vehicle points, and those points are used or spent to buy tanks and similar. The infantry points are of course spent to buy ammo and equipping a max, and the aerospace are of course used to buy, for example, different kinds of aerospace things, like a Galaxy or a Liberator or a Mosquito or a Scythe or whatever, Mosquito or whatever your faction has simply. And all you do to buy one of the vehicles is to move up and simply go and hit E next to a panel, click the one you want, and then spawn now. Simple as that. And that covers about covers all of the basic stuff. I don't want to make the video too long or too hard to understand. I also just want to show this little thing about the map right here. You can see there's a lot of blips and it kind of looks like explosions on the map right there, and those are actually indicators of that there's a lot of stuff happening on the map there. There's a lot of fighting going on, so those places might be the best places to go if you want to have a lot of action and you want to have a lot of killing happening. The middle of the map on Indar is usually the best place, and as you can clearly see, that's where the most of the blips were. And that's about it for my video. I hope this kind of helped you. I'm gonna try to make some more tutorial videos, but also of course a lot more gameplay and a little bit of tips and tricks I'm gonna mix in there to help you out to get as many XP and certs as possible. And as usual, remember that this video is of course of how the game is right now. The game evolves all the time, they fix bugs, they do implement patches that changes the game a little bit. So remember that if you're watching this video in, for example, a week or 2 weeks or maybe a month or 3 months, this might not be exactly the same way that you would see the game right now, but if you're watching this video after I just released it, it's gonna give you a good idea how to behave and what to do right in the beginning when you're a newbie, so to say. And I hope it helped you. And as usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.